Hey guys, Trish JCB here. I would like to share with you guys some of my experiences with Pokemon Platinum. We start our adventures in Twin Leaf Town as we get to meet our rival Barry, who urges us to visit Professor Rowan to get our first Pokemon, and our mother, who was a top coordinator in Pokemon contest that wishes us well with our journeys. When meeting the professor and his assistant Dawn, he gives us a task to research all different kinds of Pokemon. He allows us to choose our star, and we get right into a rival battle that's similar to how it's done in Gen 1. The Pokemon battle, however, is entirely in our favor as Barry tends to use more defensive moves for an easy win. As we go on ahead, we can choose to use the touchpad that allows us to interact with our Pokemon in battle, items to use, and more importantly the newest feature, the Poketch device. This device allows us to install new apps onto our watch, which will give us many new features that may help us in our journey. The ones I commonly use are the Dowsing app, which is the item finder from previous games, and the berry finder where we can grab all the berries that are ready to be picked off. It became a daily routine in my playthrough as seeing how different types of berries can grow and deploying the new mulch feature that fertilizes into the soil to provide different effects to the berries' growth. On top of that, they can be used for contests by making new Poffins to increase the condition for our Pokemon and trading it for accessories to add on to our Pokemon and make them look awesome. Along with new features, we have the ball capture that allows us to place seals onto our Pokeballs and get shown when the Pokemon gets thrown out into battle. It does help out with the lack of Pokemon charging the color types, as they decided to move many Pokemon with that feature in the Platinum version compared to Diamond and Pearl, as that was one of my favorite features in Pokemon Emerald, when it showcases the energy radiating from the Pokemon's type when deployed in battle, as the only Pokemon that still had in my team was Pikachu, which had a cool back sprite animation when coming into battle. The day and nighttime system comes back from Gen 2, as there's some cool subtle differences between the time of the day, as we can experience a different tempo of the music, as the nighttime is slower compared to the day, certain nocturnal Pokemon appear only in the night, and the officers are back in action to battle us, where they always mistake us for criminals. However, my experiences with battling them always seem to have the same two recurring Pokemon, Hoot and Machop, on their team. The new villains Team Galactic are criminals trying to arrest others and commit unlawful activities, which leads to their main goal as the leader Cyrus wants to create a new world with the use of taking control of legendary Pokemon that can manipulate space and time. They have done a great job creating build up throughout the entire game on how serious this situation is, as we get to see some of his workers regret what they have done to help him in the process, and seeing the champion on the scene trying to help us stop this from happening at all costs. Double battles are featured more in story and side events, as different trainers request us to tag alongside them to reach a destination together. It's pretty cool as we get to coordinate our Pokemon moves while getting free heals after each battle, gain extra experience, and we get a traveling companion to talk with while trying to reach the other side. Daily events is the key of replay value, as we get to have battles at the Pokemon Center or take the 5-maid knockout exact turn challenge in the Pokemon Mansion on a daily basis. Other dailies include grabbing free berries from different people, finding certain Pokemon for the Pokemon News Press that can gift us free Pokeballs and heart scales, and also plowing down honey and trees as a new feature to catch wild Pokemon in the act, which shows a variety of things to do with building on our resources. On top of that, they made it easier to rematch trainers with the Versus Seeker device, as we get to alert the surrounding area of who wants to battle us at any time. The trainers do have different dialogue when they want to have a rematch, however they don't go deep into giving them more personality, as they aren't able to share the day with us on how the previous games did. Levels can be increased with some of the trainers depending on the main story progression, as we get to explore these to gain extra experience and money. Overall, Pokemon Platinum is a great game, being able to bring back old features from the previous generations and at the same time making new ones for fresh new concepts and create long-driven stories to place an impact for many years to come. If any of you guys have any experiences with this game, feel free to share in the comments, and I hope you have a wonderful day.